As an investor in the market, direction is the most important thing. What moves markets globally? What should you be doing in the market right now? Let me walk you through what to do. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube live presentation Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to be here. Today, I am pumped, and I hope you are too. Man, today's going to be a good day. We're going to talk about what's moving in the market, why the market is doing what it's doing, stocks, all kinds of stuff. So if you like what you see here, first thing I'm going to say is subscribe to the channel. Especially if you're brand new, welcome to you. If you are brand new, don't forget to subscribe to the VectorVest channel here, support the live stream. From all my regulars, if you can hear me, type of VV Nation in the room. With that, let's get into the software. Let's start talking about what's going on in the market. So bring up the software for you. For those of you who are not VectorVest subscribers, again, just pay attention to what's going on. It's the software that we use. I've worked for VectorVest now for over 16 years. So it's something that I truly believe in. It's helped change a lot of lives of the people that are in this room. Just ask them. I just ask them, and they'll tell you. That's VV Nation. Let them. You don't have to always just hear it from me. Listen, let the VV Nation tell you what they think about VectorVest. All right. So here on the home page, let's talk about what's going on in the market. I am using VectorVest real time, so I'm able to see what all of the major indices are doing tick by tick. I can clearly see we have a mixed market. The only indice that's really moving up today is the NASDAQ. All right, that's the big mover. It's up about 0.5%. The VectorVest Composite is up about 0.3%. The VectorVest Composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. Currently, we track 8,249 stocks, all right? So this composite price, which is currently at $50.76, represents the broad market move of over 8,200 stocks. So we use that for market timing. But clearly a mixed market today. If we move over to our market timing gauge, the guidance does say that VectorVest does advocate buying safe stocks that are undervalued and rising in price at this time. Steve, we will give you an opportunity to take a look at some stocks, so I'm not ready to take them yet. But I will give you an opportunity, but thank you for for trying to put a stock out there already. But towards the end, Steve, I will give you an opportunity to type stocks into the room. All right, how about I've got Christian from Denmark here. Thank you for being here and supporting the live stream. So our market timing gauge, which is our daily traffic light in the market, is saying we're one tick into the green. We advocate buying safe, undervalued stocks rising in the market right now. But here's our color guard, which looks at a 6-day snapshot of 3 of our market timing indicators. The price of the VectorVest Composite, as I mentioned, is an arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. RT, which looks at the short-term price trend of the stock, currently at 1.07 on a scale between 0 and 2. The market's still in an uptrend. And the BSR, or buy to sell ratio, which shows us the ratio of buy recommendations divided by sells. At a value of 2.55, it tells me for every sell in the system, we have 2.5 buys. Looks like people are getting into the room where there was 2 channels. So Joey was working on that in the background. That's why he's my producer. I don't know what happened with the 2 channels today, but looks like people are getting into the room. So thank you, Joey, for doing what you do, because you're always awesome. Say thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
Yeah. Say it with some enthusiasm. And if you don't, you know what happens if you don't say with enthusiasm, right? All right, just so that you guys can hear my sign. So, was it Joey's fault? Moritz, no, it wasn't. It really wasn't Joey's fault. Huh?
It may have been.
All right, Joey said it may have been. So this is what happens to Joey after today. All right, so we'll take care of that. And then after that, you'll look at Joey and you're going to say, good googly muggly, after he gets beat up. So there you go. Don't mess with Joey. He just saved your... Listen, I know Jay. He's real good at what he does. I know he is. All right, so as we look at the color guard, what's the preponderance of color you see? You see a lot more yellow starting to pop up. What does that mean as a VectorVest subscriber? It just means, if nothing else, slow down in your investing, tighten your stops. We have an indicator in VectorVest called the market timing indicator, which for VectorVest subscribers says this is a time to tighten up stops. Market is looking kind of toppy. All right, Glenn, are we getting a free mug? Hey, Joey, can we give away a free mug today? Joey is my producer. He tells me yes or no.
It's up to you.
Yes, we're going to give away a free mug today. Joey is going to look at all of the chat, all right? And based upon chat, Joey is going to pick a person for the free mug today. No, Jay, don't type mug. Do not do that. Do not flood it with mug. Stop it. Oh, my gosh. Here it comes. Don't flood the screen with mug. Joey's going to pay attention to who's talking in the room. All right, Joey's going to pay attention to who's talking in the room. So be nice to Joey. Joey's going to pick a winner today for a free mug. All right, there you go. And you know, Joey, can I sign it?
No, they don't want that.
Wow. Joey says they don't want me to sign it, so I won't. All right. So let's go. You see Jennifer?
Yes.
All right. So as we look at what's going on, today the market is mixed. Overall, the color guard is telling us to just be careful. This is what you get as a VectorVest subscriber. So why is this always so important to talk about? Because market's direction is always the most important thing before you pull the trigger on the trade. All right. And so this is what we'll do. Let's start talking about our first story of why the market is responding or reacting the way that it is. Let's go find, there we go. So let's start off with market news. This is the market overview. Couple of things going on. July consumer prices rise amid increased demand on a range of goods and services. Consumer prices rise. What is that? It's called inflation. All right, and even though the Fed wants to say inflation is okay, everything is okay, it's in check, consumer prices rise. The consumer price index climbed seasonally to 0.6% in July, the Labor Department says. So what does this mean? The consumer price index, which measures what consumers pay for everyday items, including driving, fuel, clothing, and electricity, climbed a seasonally adjusted 0.6% in July, the Labor Department said Wednesday. So this is a sign of firming inflation as demand for goods rebound following steep declines earlier this year for the coronavirus. So as we start to get back into sports opening up, schools opening up, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you sit on. All right, no politics gets talked about in here. All I'm talking about is the facts. The country is trying to reopen, and by way of doing that, it's trying to spur up what's going on. And as more and more people want to buy stuff, then guess what? Prices can go up because demand is getting there, so prices can go up. Inflation is slowly but surely becoming a problem. But the government still says it's in check. All right, I'm looking at the news. Talking about something else, federal government sent workers nearly $250 billion in the $600 a week jobless aid. $600 a week. What is that? $2,400 a month. That's a lot of money, isn't it, Joey? $2,400 a month for a lot of people who weren't even making that, and it's making it tough. It really is making it tough for people to go back to work. Think about all of the people in the service industry who weren't making that kind of money. How easy do you think it is for them to go back to work when they say, I'm making $2,400 a month? That's on top of unemployment, right? That's unemployment plus $2,400? I think it was. New York received the most benefits per worker under the program that expired on July 31st. I believe it's the $600 on top of. Workers who permanently lost their jobs, were furloughed, or had their hours cut were able to tap $600 in federal unemployment benefits on top of the amount that they qualified from the state. So that's a lot of dough. So that was just $2,400 in the $600 extra a week. On top of that, man, a lot of people, it's going to be tough for a lot of people to want to come back to work. So that ended on July 31st. The president did put in some kind of an executive order to keep it going, or at least at a lower rate. That is still up in the air right now. But I don't think that folks realize that even with the $600 a week in aid extra, how much money is being spent. A ton of money is being spent. Again, doesn't matter which side of the fence you sit on. All I'm doing is reporting what's out there or showing you the news that's out there. All right? Nothing more, nothing less.
Please show the story.
Did I not show the story at all? Oh, man, I didn't do that for the, all right, that was my fault. All right, and let's go to the third one, which is one of the Fed chiefs says now is the time to take strong fiscal actions. So what does that mean? Strong fiscal support is needed for the U.S. economy to rebound, but those policies must be paired with efforts to contain the virus. That is the Boston Federal Reserve president. I would say that taking strong fiscal action and taking very few public health action is completely, can't read today, the wrong mix. So the Fed, or part of the Fed, is saying that if we're going to continue to take some fiscal actions to help people, we've got to also look at the possible more spread of the coronavirus. So put those two together, that's what this story is all about. But the Fed is still behind trying to prop up the United States. But they're saying in this story, this Fed chief is saying that we need to do it responsibly from a coronavirus perspective. And one last story that just came out prior to this presentation, jobless claims dropped to less than 1 million for the first time in 5 months. So less than 1 million, which means that, again, people are getting back out to work. I still want to see, with the dropping of the additional money to unemployment, how that hopefully is going to get more people back to work, or if they are still out of work, how are they going to pay their bills? I think on July 31st as well, evictions could start kicking back in again. This coronavirus has caused so much that has affected the market adversely we've never seen this before. I don't know how many of us has ever lived through the first pandemic, which was the Spanish flu. I don't know if there's any of you out there that's been alive that long. Man, God bless you. But if not, this is uncharted territory for the rest of us. Just think about that. All right, so these are the things that are affecting the market the way that it is. Let's go back into the software. From the software, we're going to go out to where's my page that I want, Joey? Is it this one? The page that I want. Hold on. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one either. Where's the page that I want, Joey? Where I can go to all of my different tabs. Do we not have that? There it is. Well, I'm calm. You not calm? I'm calm. All right, let's go to our watch list viewer. Let's take a look at the stocks that we have for Trending Thursday today. What is it? 8, 13, 20? There it is. So, two of the stocks that we always look at to track what's going on in the market is the VVC. All right, here's all of the 13 stocks that we'll talk about today. The VVC and the SPY. For those of you who do not have the VectorVest software, you will pay attention to the SPY, which is the Spiders, S&P 500. And for those of you who are subscribers, let's take a look at the VVC. Now that they're both highlighted, I'm going to right-click, view the stock graph. Let's bring that up. I always look at the last 3 months of any graph. All right, there's the spiders. There's the market. There's the S&P 500 still rocking and rolling. Something to keep in mind, though, as the market is rocking and rolling, look at the RT is leveling out. Normally, when the market runs like it did back here, what is RT doing? The short-term price in the market was moving up with the market. Market's still moving up. What's RT doing? Just meandering along. That is a heads up, even if you're not a VectorVest subscriber. That's a heads up using a VectorVest indicator on the SPY that it's slowing down. The rate of ascent is still going up, but the momentum behind the market is slowing down. All I'm telling you is keep your heads up, all right? As a VectorVest subscriber looking at the VVC, same kind of scenario. The market's moving up, RT is leveling off. Not only that, we do have that MTI, which is telling us that the market is currently looking for a top. So put those things together. All I'm letting you know, whether you're a subscriber to the software or not, is just right now is a time to be careful. Be careful. Notice that as the VectorVest composite has been moving up, Doji, indecision. Doji, indecision. Couple of small bars. Dojis mean that the open and close price for the day were very close to each other. Indecision. As the market's getting it to the level that it's getting to right now, the market is definitely showing levels of indecision and getting tired. That's all. All right, so I'm going to close out of these graphs. That was the market overview. Does anybody have any questions, Joey? As I drink my Tivana tea today, drinking tea. See my Tivana? I'm supporting them too. Here's my Tivana tea.
No questions.
No questions? All right, so that's what's going on in the market. Just to answer a question, what do you do in this current market's condition? This is a good time to manage the trades that you have. Tighten the stops on the trades that you have. Let your stops manage them. If you get stopped out, don't worry about it. Make sure, hopefully, you capture a profit on those stocks. If you are taking a loss on those stocks, make sure it's a small loss so you don't let your losers run away. If you're a VectorVest subscriber, you won't get blindsided. If you're not a VectorVest subscriber, we're still giving you some guidance as to what to do in the current market's conditions. All right.
Mayor wants to know why these two symbols are chosen.
Somebody's asking why these two symbols chosen. One, because as a VectorVest subscriber, this is the indicator that we use for chiming the market, the VVC. For those of you who are not VectorVest subscribers, what is the indicator that you use for the most part to track to see what your portfolio is doing against the market is the S&P 500. So industry standard for the S&P 500, but as a VectorVest subscriber, we have our own indicator which looks at even more stocks than just the S&P 500. Remember, the VVC tracks the movement of over 8,200 stocks.